We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Motion to adopt agenda?
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Secretary's report. Have a motion? Have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Treasurer's report.
Starting balance for the month is $1,520,561.40. For the 24 transactions throughout the course of this month, 52 deposits, leaving an ending balance of $1,307,274.48. Also asking to approve $110,356.27 in bills for the month.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Secretary, or Treasurer report?
Have a second?
Second.
The subject to the audit.
That'd be fine.
That'd be good.
Okay. Vote.
Aye.
Okay.
Should we just approve them too, so?
Now there you go.
Make the motion to approve the bills, okay, for $110,356.7.
Second. Favor? Aye. Aye. Chief and the fire marshal's report.
Oh, it's already up. Hold on a second.
Just trying to make sure it works.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's just giving me trouble here.
I didn't use your mouse, but it does more or less.
Oh, it's up like 3 times. Hold on a second. My apologies. There it goes. All right, Chief's report, 19 August 2024. Fleet status, brush 26. Upon returning from the previous repair, brush 26 was found to still be leaking oil, and the ABS light came on. Found it was leaking brake fluid from one of the brake lines. The following repairs were made. The transmission pan gasket was replaced. The O-ring from the drain plug is what got our attention for this oil leaking again, which was their flub up. They said they fix that. ABS system's been rebuilt. No new parts are no longer available, so we're having the ABS module rebuilt. And then the parking brake has been repaired. This is a 1990. So for those who don't know, this is the 1997 Dodge that has filled many roles over the years. Back before we started running brush trucks for medicals, we patched it together as a brush truck, and towards the end of the year, I'm going to present a proposal to the board to buy a twin to 36. It's a fine truck for reserve. It's fine for still plowing snow, but we really just need to buy another 36 and run that on the medicals. So I'll have that more for you guys on that towards the end of the year. 1200, the in-vehicle repeater was installed a couple of months ago and hasn't been working right. I finally got Wireless USA to come out and tune it. In the process, they damaged my truck, the siren and emergency lights. They replaced the unit at their cost. All is in working order again. However, then they billed us for what they should have been a warranty job and only agreed to reduce the bill by half. So we're no longer going to be using Wireless USA. I've had issue upon issue with them, and this is the last straw for me. Yeah, they're the Motorola dealer out of Jeff City. I mean, there's plenty of other Motorola dealers out there. They're our local dealer, so I've been trying to keep my patience with them, and I've had enough. $12.99 Trailer Trends in Eldon was the only company I could find that would install windows in a command trailer. It goes there tomorrow, and we'll be back in time for shootout. 12/17, the slack adjusters for the air brake stopped working. Captain Moreland found a vendor that is willing to come do that here at the station to make the repair, and this avoids a tow bill. So a little bit more as far as labor, but we're not paying a $1,200 tow bill to get it up to Garber. So I will advise when the truck's back in service. Station 1, the adjuster report came in. I'm sorry, this has just been crazy. The adjuster report came in on Station 1 and was 180 degrees from what he told us. They cut us a check for $14,000 for HQ, which we were initially told HQ was not really an issue. And they said that we needed just to replace downspouts and gutters on Station 1, which was not mentioned when we talked to him. He said that was the one he said it had been the worst roof he'd seen in 38 states. Now all of a sudden it's just gutters and downspouts. So in his report, he said the roof is fine. So I contacted the insurance company. I went through their appeal process, and they said have an independent roofer come out and look at it. The roofer looked at it and he said the roof at Station 1's fine. Like there's some non-functional damage, but I don't know why he would have said that in the first place. The insurance adjuster that I've been dealing with said, I don't know why the claims adjuster would have said that in the first place. So the good news is one house isn't near as bad as we were told. I'll be putting together bids to get HQ fixed. So staffing, probationary firefighters Williams and Johnson graduated the academy last Friday. Lieutenant Udall was also sworn in, and as of now, we are at full staffing again. ACO process, 2 firefighters submitted their letters of intent for the acting company officer position. The process will be held the 27th for scenarios and the 28th for interviews. Tax hearing, all paperwork was submitted to the state. The tax hearing notice was posted in the paper, and the affidavit is with the stuff for you guys to sign tonight. I placed it on the agenda for final approval. Wire transfer, as I stated last month, when I did the tax spreadsheet for splitting checks into their correct accounts, I skipped a step. The new auditor found the error, and I have placed the transfer on the agenda for $222,404 tonight to go from the bond account to general revenue. The auditor has corrected my spreadsheet and will continue to monitor this in the future. So that is a collaboration of 2022 to now that I've been splitting this, that he found. So grant updates, the ARPA grant, we have finally received the $20,000 reimbursement, and the grant is now closed. AFG, I submitted the final report to AFG months ago. Then I received notice that the quarterly financial report was delinquent. So I contacted FEMA, and basically, even though it's closed and the final report submitted, I have to submit the same report every 3 months until 2025. So federal government. Brush gear donation, all the brush helmets have arrived. The new coats have been ordered and are being shipped on September 18th, and we will do a press release at that time. 2022, 2023 audits. The audits were completed. I have placed them on the agenda for tonight's approval. We did have some items that were the new auditor wants done differently than we are used to, and we have taken the steps to correct those and correct the identified issues in the audits. I believe 2024 will be much smoother and quicker, and we will sign a letter of engagement with them in December. Shootout 2024, preparations for the shootout are complete. Marine 39 will be attending the Wishing on a Ride on Thursday. Training, July mutual aid training was tanker shuttles. Recruit Academy was completed. We received a grant for the NIMS 3 and 400 certification class that we will deliver here in December. And the quarterly EMT CU class was completed today. Good and welfare, I'd like to thank all of our staff, especially Chief Weberg, for putting together another successful recruit class. During the academy, Chief Weberg is here at 0700 every morning for PT, even when he's off, even though I yell at him and tell him he doesn't have to be. So Kenny puts on a real good program, and we appreciate everything he does. So finally, the calls. Well, before I get into the calls, as part of the Chief's report tonight, Roger Coleman is here. Roger, if you'd stand. Roger is our new inspector firefighter, part-time, and I told you guys last month I would have him come in, so there he is in all of his glory. So, Raj will be here to shake hands and answer questions after the meeting. Call volume, 136 alarms for July, 707 alarms for 2024. We're on pace for another record year. It looks like we're going to break between 12 and 1,400, somewhere in there by the time it's all said and done. July 2024, 3 structure fires, no vehicle fires, 3 natural cover fires, 79 medical alarms, 1 rescue, and 6 public assistance calls. 2024 to date, 26 structure fires, 3 vehicle fires, 40 natural cover fires, 403 EMS calls, 1 extrication rescue, and 46 public assistance calls. And that's the chief's report for 19 August 2024.
Motion to approve. Motion approved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Our motions.
All right, this meeting, you'll have a copy in front of you there.
yeah.
I was out for a little bit, so I wasn't able to get it on that slide for you guys tonight. Inspections for the month of July, rough-ins for 8, final occupancies for 12, site inspections are 8. UFOR bondings for 4, and 38 dock inspections for a total of 70 inspections for the month. Permit applications for the month of July, we had 31 dock applications and 15 buildings. Total revenue was $17,474.90 for the month. Year to date, we have 232 dock applications. At $17,992, 125 building applications for $64,347.54. We had 5 renewals, $125, re-occupancies for 1, $100, fireworks for 5 at $500, a total of 368 permits, and total revenue is at $83,064.54. We did receive a rather large bill coming in. I was showing President Solenshoff earlier. We got a 28,000 square foot residential home being built in our district now. It's
That's a hotel.
quite large. So
Residential care facility.
no,
No, that is a house.
single resident,
Where?
single down in the villages.
Okay.
We're supposed to pour concrete next week.
Yeah. So
So that's gotta be Mahomes, right?
no.
No, amazingly enough, it's not.
Yeah, that's kind of the big build going on right now, so. But that's
If there's any unfinished business, we'll move on to do business. Tax rate hearing and approval.
So the assessed valuation for 2024, real estate evaluation, our valuation was $322,615,117. Real estate was $98,743,963,000 for a grand total of $421,259,080. So the assessment went up from $409 million last year. Not a huge increase as far as we go. That's about $98,000 additional money coming in. It's not enough to put us into a rollback. So I kept the tax rates the same. From here on, the bond will go up because the payment goes up each year. But with the economy and everything, it's just staying 7905 for the general revenue and 1.1568 for the debt service. So
Public input, any questions? Comments? Or second?
Right.
Denise, could you pass that to John? John, you only need to sign the top paper on both of those. And there's a little pink tab for you.
Okay, we need to approve this transfer from the debt service to the general fund for the auditors, revision of the, calculations of the, audit, audits.
Make a motion to approve the transfer for, was it 233?
$222,404.
So. All right.
I need each one of you to sign that.
23 audits. The reports look like they copied one, three others just about. We're putting there on. So, yeah,
Make motion to approve.
and was second. All in favor? Okay, budget adjustments.
So I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this. You guys have seen these a ton of times, but I did want to point out everything in red is line items that have gone over this year already. Green is what I bumped them up to, and yellow is where I pulled from for certain line items. So with that, the ending balance at the end of the year right now would be 382,246.98 still. So we're doing okay. That's Adobe ESO, which is our reporting software, our Microsoft Office, all that. It's anything we're paying monthly on for subscriptions goes into that. So like Microsoft, for instance, that's $300 a month. Yeah. But we never, so to be clear about that, when I took over IT, we were never running it legally or right. All of our old IT stuff was on a personal account. So I changed that because it can't run like that. So that's all been fixed. The only thing I will say is, as far as the firefighters logins go, they're using the ones on the computer and nobody's using really their personal ones. So I just told them in the platoon meetings last week, I'm going to chop them all and just make one login for the firefighters, because otherwise I'm paying monthly licenses for stuff that's not being used. So that's all stuff I monitor to make sure we're not having issues. And the big thing with the Microsoft is that's how they access the OneDrive and get the pre-plans and the policies and things like that when they need to refer to them. But there's no point in having 28 of them. Well, I mean, 35 of them counting you guys too. There's no point in having that many if they're not going to use them regularly. So if I can cut that down and make it a little easier on that line item, I'm going to. So, but yes, that was a big jump. I know.
I'm sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, update the policy directive 1204, lead procedures.
So Director Butler pointed something out on here that I missed. First and foremost, on your board packets, there's on your copy on the board packet, there's a section highlighted for paternity leave. We have always given the firefighters 2 shifts whenever they had a baby, but it's never been in writing. So I wanted to make sure we had that documented correctly, and that way, especially with the captains running shifts now, are running the call-ins and things now. They need a definitive policy to refer back to. So that shouldn't be left up to interpretation or imagination. So I added that whole section in, which is only a couple of sentences. But one of the things that we had on here the last time we updated this was the ESL bank, because we were in that gray area where we still had it, but we were getting ready to get rid of it with the buyback. And Rick pointed out at the beginning of the meeting, and he's right, we need to just take the ESL bank out because it's kind of contradictory. So I would say, as far as this goes tonight, we table this to next month so I can delete that. And then Rick wanted to talk about maternity leave.
I think that, I mean, right now it shows a total of 10 weeks for maternity leave, and basically the new standard seems set out there as 12 weeks. Well, I think we should probably take it 12 weeks for maternity leave. So that's. Nobody gets that much more, and nobody gets enforcement, these are, many of them could be in physical back then. So we can update that, if you guys are all in agreement, we'll have an update that, we turn it 5 weeks.
Well,
We'll be back up to what the normal.
I'll add in 12 weeks and then I'll rewrite this because this isn't exactly clear either. So,
Okay.
I'll update that.
You go out earlier or.
Yeah. Well, like this one says 2 weeks prior to anticipated delivery, but if you get put on bed rest or something,
To go
yeah,
without getting into, for medical leave.
okay. I will, update that for next month and have that ready. Yes.
Make a motion to table.
What is? And. Yes. We have any public comment?
Okay, I want to welcome this fine gentleman.
Very good.
You have 3 minutes.
All the business we have.
That it? That is everything I have, yes.
Chief, you remember.
Hold on.